Tigger. What is it, buddy? I'm gonna be honest, like that was
Hello again, fellow outsider. Welcome to the heart of the Volker's desolation. Why, chasing mysteries, of course. You know what I find the most fascinating about the Volker? Almost all of them carry the faint scent of the weirdness. The traces of it run through their veins, like tiny sparks lighting them from within. That caught my curiosity, so here I am, trying to satisfy it. Angstvar let me stay because the pillar glowed when I arrived, and everyone decided it meant something. Salvation, a new beginning, anything to pull them out of this mire. I turned out to be none of those things. So I promised him I'd at least try to figure out how to open these damn doors without the matron's totem. So far, I've failed spectacularly at that too. There's no priestess, no goddess, and barely any believers. Hardly enough to call it a temple, is it? Faith breaks so easily. That's why we don't believe in locking it away in buildings. Or people, for that matter. Other than their famous battle rage being less about their goddess's wrath and more about the weirdness churning behind these doors? Not much, sadly. The mysteries just keep piling up as they always do. Speaking of which, there's something I want to ask you. You're not one of my kin, yet you almost feel like one. It's a bit distracting. Tell me, what's your secret?
I don't know the option I'm choosing right now because it's showing me the previous options. You want me to say something for myself, but you won't let me see what I am choosing? What the fuck?
I did say almost, didn't I? I may not know every pict on Avalon, but I know my own when I see them.
I wonder what I said.
Hello again, fellow outsider. Welcome to the heart of the Volker's desolation. Why, chasing Mr. The traces of it run through their... Angsvar let me stay. So far, there's no priestess, no goddess. Faith breaks. Other than their famous not much, sadly. Speaking of which, there's something I want to ask you. You're... Fair enough. Keep it then. I won't pry. I'll just sit here and stew in my curiosity.
Well, since I don't know what I'm choosing, I have to look at the reaction of each answer and then choose which one I think is appropriate for myself. Fantastic.
Hello again, fellow... Why, the traces... Angst... So far, there's no faith. Other than their... Not much. Speaking of which... Huh. That is certainly interesting. And it might have answered more questions than just this one. Might have sparked a few more too. We'll see. Hopefully. Matron Frigg. I doubt she'd have been pleased to see me here, in a place that belonged only to her and those who came before. The Volkers say she cursed them and left, that Mater herself hid her tracks so she could never be found. They're wrong. At least about finding her. She may be gone, but her presence is everywhere. You just need to follow it. You've seen it by now. On Avalon, the weirdness is always there. Thick in some places, thin in others, but never truly gone. And everyone leaves their mark on it. Some faint, some strong, but someone like the Volker matron, she'd leave a trail bright as a blaze. You just need to find it. When you find the totem, don't go running straight to Angsvar. Bring it here instead. If a new matron takes her place, these doors will close to both of us forever, and I need to know what's behind them. I'll repay you, I promise. Answers and more. Oh, now that is exciting. But please, the honor should be yours. You're the one who put in all the hard work, after all. I'll be right behind you. It's always a pleasure to see you. Oh, now that is exciting. But you're the one who put in all... Oh, you're back. I tried following you, but the door shut right in front of my face. Almost on my nose, to be honest. Maybe I could go in now, but first I'd rather you just tell me what happened in there. A four-dweller? Ah, so it's just as I suspected. But why would a four-dweller be in what's supposed to be the Temple of Meter? Angsvar told me the pillar in the village was ancient, and that back in the day it would blaze scarlet with Mater's true fury. But we both know that it simply reacts to creatures touched by the weirdness, and it hardly ever blazed for either of us. That's because it's tuned to react specifically to the Four-Dwellers. I know that Alrita fought alongside King Arthur against them, but it still doesn't explain why this one tribe has a pillar like that. Oh, I see now! According to the Volker legends, the first berserkers were born on the battlefield during the war with the Four-Dwellers. Mater was supposed to lend them her anger and strength, but maybe the truth is far more visceral. Blood has power. The Druids always knew that. And the blood of a Four-Dweller must have been the purest weirdness, the purest intent. If you believed it could make you invincible, then that's exactly what it would do. Maybe, once. It could have been a captive, brought here by the Dalrita and hidden in the vault. But there's no way it survived for 600 years, being bled over and over again. Nothing could endure that. At least, I hope not. I think it's an apparition of the weirdness. Same with the blood. But with intent that strong, sustained for so long, it's probably indistinguishable from the real thing. Well, I can't say for certain. Although personally, I don't believe she's truly on Avalon. As for the potion, her wrath isn't really hers. It's born of the weirdness. That's why so many of the Volker still have its traces coursing through their veins. Once someone drinks the potion, it stays with them. But that much weirdness all at once for someone so unprepared? Well, it can't be good for them. No wonder other tribes thought they were madmen. And no wonder there are so few left. You will do with this knowledge what you see fit. Angsvar and I, we've had our differences. I doubt he'd believe me. And honestly, I'm not brave enough to try to convince him. Now, I promised you a reward. I'll give you something he refused, but it might be of some use to you. I've managed to create a recipe for something similar to their potion. It's not as potent, but now that I know what it is, it's far less damaging to the body. Take it. You look like you've still got a long journey ahead of you. The potion is sacred to the Volker. What I've made isn't. He worried that instead of giving his tribe a new purpose, it would only hasten their decline. And I think he might have been right. Don't mention it. It's been a pleasure meeting you. I think I'll stay here for a while and see how things unfold. After that, I'll find another mystery to chase. Who knows? Maybe our paths will cross again, fellow traveler in the weirdness. In the meantime, try not to get into too much trouble. Unless it's something interesting. It's always a pleasure to see you, fellow outsider. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Oh yeah, in this the missions for the stone. I got the first one and I completed the thing to get it. He said he taught me how to make another one, but I don't see it anywhere in the menu. Like the second one, I should have a recipe to make a second one, but I can't find it. If I try talking to him, I can't redo it. I think it has something to do with if your conversation is way too long, some of the shit you should receive or some of the things just aren't received. I think it has something to do with that problem. Or because of that cutscene, that one girl started crying about her dad right after I received it, so like maybe it got cut off because of that. I don't know. But I only have the one. I've already made that one. Where's my second one that I should have? I collected Weirdstone and I brought it back because he wanted me to go to a random mine way the fuck over there. Where's my second one? Why can't I move the cursor over there? What's your problem, you stupid fucking thing? It's like cut off by the text box. Sometimes. Yeah, I only have one. I don't see a second one anywhere. So unfortunately, I can't continue that quest until I can make that second one that I'm supposed to have, but I don't have it to make. I probably need that matron insignia to open this door, but is this door related to the missions? Like, am I supposed to give it to him to lead to that, or do I need to keep it? I'm not sure. I haven't checked since this recent update, which was today, but as of the last update, this one's broken, and this one's broken, this one's broken. So there's three here that are just broken, they don't work. Um, I'm not sure what happened. I think it might have to do with taking too long. If you take too long, something happens, it breaks. But like in this cave, I I seen the dude. There's like a construct at the end of what is explorable in the cave, there was a thing that looked like a four dweller construct, and it was called construct. Um, as I always do, I saved before I started the conversation, but it wouldn't let me start the conversation. It said press this button to talk, so I pressed it, and I didn't talk. It wouldn't let me talk. I was like, okay, it's probably just broken like before. I've had this problem before. I reset it, reloaded it, and he was gone. And no matter what I did, I could not bring him back. He was gone. Even though you could see him clearly in the save file picture, he didn't exist in the game when I loaded it. So I couldn't continue that dungeon. This guy, I even sat there and listened to his whole rant while I'm sitting there locked in his basement in a cage, trying to get the mission to continue. But as soon as I exit the cage, I kill him. For some reason, it's broken. He's dead. He's laying in his basement. Um, there's even a way you could like run around and get him to. You can lock him in the cage, but nothing happened. I sat there and waited for a few minutes for a little while. No reaction from the game that I locked him in the cage. I have never done any of these stupid trials. I'm probably missing out on something there, but I don't know. I've skipped all of them. What was it? I tried to do a deer one really early on, and I thought I killed all the deer pretty efficiently and quickly, but it said I failed. So I was like, oh, fuck you too then. Like, I didn't even know what I did wrong, so I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this shit. So I've ignored all of them. They're probably all different though. I don't know what the other ones are. Maybe I'll do it more in New Game Plus or in the in game, whatever. I'm not sure how this game ends at the end. Man, this is broken too. Like, there's no fucking axe there. I even managed to climb up on the walls and was looking all over it. There's no axe there. It's not hiding in, unless it's fucking invisible, obviously.
With our luck, it couldn't have ended any other way. But the totem, was it with her? If so, we can at least name her successor. Could it be that Mother is finally smiling upon us? Thank you. Feels like seeing the first light of dawn after a night that refused to end. But this isn't the end of our misfortunes. Elspeth, the girl chosen to be the next matron, took her own life today. Threw herself onto the rocks. Hard to say. It's been a dark time for all of us. But maybe she had her own burdens. Ones we never saw. Shame she chose such a dishonor. Shame she did it. certain. She was well liked. Nobody would have had anything to gain from her death. And I refuse to believe that any Volker would kill their own kin, especially not a matron-to-be. We need a matron, and if she won't name one, I'll have to do it myself. It goes against tradition, but I don't have a choice. Maybe you should check Elspeth's hut. See if she left any notes or hints about who should follow her.
It's always a pleasure to see.
You again!
You're back. A stranger. Honestly, I'll take care of him now.
You? What are you doing here? Haven't you done enough? You're the reason Elspeth is dead now. If you hadn't pried into Volca business, she'd still be here. You brought back the matron's totem. We hoped it would stay lost forever, but now the doors are open again and Elspeth's worst fears have come true. No. Frigg had chosen Elspeth's mother as her successor, but then Frigg disappeared and Elspeth's mother fell ill. Everyone feared that even if the totem was found, we'd be left without a matron. On her deathbed, Elspeth's mother named Elspeth as her successor. She never wanted it, but you don't refuse your dying mother, do you? We thought the tribe would eventually move on, find new ways to worship Mather, and leave this madness behind. But then you showed up. And bring down the wrath of the entire tribe on us both? After everything that's happened in Volca, do you really think they'd calmly accept her saying no? They wouldn't care about our plans for the future. Plans that don't involve Elspeth being stuck in the temple forever. To them, it's an honour. This entire tribe is worthless. They all see themselves as Mather's chosen, yet they act like sheep who can't survive without a herding dog. You don't know? They didn't tell you? Being the matron is torment. It only ends in death. When a matron undergoes initiation, it's said she becomes a living vessel for Mather's wrath. It's like drinking that cursed potion. Your veins burn and your mind screams for blood. Our matrons spend their days isolated, barely holding back the berserker madness that threatens to consume them. They rely on calming herbs, meditation, whatever they can, but they need an iron will to endure. Elspeth wasn't like that. She wore her heart on her sleeve. She loved people. She loved the mountains. She wasn't meant to spend her days alone in a dark room, hovering on the brink of madness. I wanted to. I would have become nameless and lived among the non-reader, anything to stay together. But Elspeth, she couldn't. She said she couldn't break the promise she made to her mother. And what about her promises to me? How were they any different? A broken word is a broken word, whether it's to me, to you, or to Mather herself. She didn't want to live without honour. But she died without it anyway, and I couldn't stop her. I couldn't do anything. Yeah, me too. Now you see why we don't like outsiders prying into our business. Here, Elspeth left this letter for you. I found it among her things. She must have written it when word got out that you were looking for Frigg. Take it and go. There's nothing left for you here. Still walking, still breathing.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Dead by her own hand, rather than serve as matron. How could she do this? We needed her. The tribe needed her. And now what are we supposed to do? The tribe cannot survive without a matron. But I cannot force anyone to take the mantle. We've seen what can happen. Find us a matron stranger. Someone willing. Someone with strength. I can't ask them myself. They will obey. Find us a matron stranger, and I will attend the moot. That's a promise of the Volkir.
You're back. A strange... Honestly? No.
Yes. Have... Yes. What in the blazes are you talking about now? How are we supposed to move forward without one? Now that the totem is found, why would we stay as we are? I know the matron's role isn't easy. And Frigg showed us just how ungrateful we've been for their sacrifices. But the women were always willing. They saw it as an honor. Elspeth's case was different. And it's not like she ever complained. How was I supposed to know her mother pressured her to agree? Aye, that's true. What happened to Elspeth is tragic. But she had years to prepare. She knew what was expected of her when she chose to build a life with Nisa. Look, these have been hard times for the tribe. We've lost so much. And you've only just returned when we've been missing most. There is no Volker without Mother. And no Mother without a matron. Careful. You're inching dangerously close to blasphemy. You've helped us, but my patience has limits. You went into the temple? That's forbidden. Only a matron is allowed in the inner sanctum. Yes, because if I let myself think about what you're saying, it would mean our entire history is a lie. We've always believed we're Mother's chosen, the carriers of her divine wrath. And now you're telling me we're nothing more than savages drinking our enemy's blood? Everything Camelot accused us of, every bit of savagery they claimed, suddenly feels possible. I am listening. What I'm hearing is madness. Our tribe is supposed to be Mother's chosen, with her wrath flowing through us. What you're saying makes us exactly what Camelot has called us for centuries. Barbarians. Drinking the blood of our enemies? How does that make us better than the beasts? Maybe so. I'll admit our pride has been our downfall. But what's better? To believe she's abandoned us? Or to accept she was never there at all, and all our suffering was for nothing? I don't. It's just... I don't even know what to think anymore. The Camelosians call us savages, and the rest of the Dalrita think we're madmen. And now, it feels like they were right. Should we change, or should we accept that this is who we are? And then there's the moot. Without the Berserker's rage, what do we even have to offer? Oh, he's never going to let me forget this. I know. I've had my suspicions for a long time. Even before everything with Frigg. There were never that many of us. And the madness people claimed we suffered from. It's true. It's taken more of us than I'd like to admit. But without it, we're no one. Our tribe might as well be nameless. We are. We always will be. We've relied on the potion for too long, but we can fight without it. We should have enough rage of our own to carry us through. At least against Camelot. If we're doomed, so be it. At least we'll fall on our terms. Thank you. I'll bring this to the rest of the tribe, and then we'll see. And I remember my promise. I will attend the moot. We'll see what comes of it. I'd gladly see Camelot crushed, but not if it comes.
I just love how the pattern looks exactly the same. White text above white text. Oh, but these two pairs of white text, you only get to pick one. Thanks for letting me know, game. I was listening and paying attention. You've led me to believe or to expect I get the whole list of white letters. Obviously, that's not true.
Yes. What in the blaze? How are we? And it's not like. Look, there is. Careful. You went in. Yes, we've always. I am our tribe barbarian. Maybe so, or to accept. I don't. The Camelosian. Should we change? And then there's the moot. Oh, he's never going to let me forget this. I know. And the madness, but without it. I know. I only hope he doesn't gloat too much when I come begging. But you're right. This could be a new start for us. Let everyone see our fury one more time. Thank you. I'll bring this to the rest of the tribe, and then we'll see. And I remember my promise. I will attend the moot. We'll see what comes of it. I'd gladly see Camelot crushed, but not if it cost us what little we have left. And I suppose we'll finally put Bride's potion to the test. It's not sacred anymore. Maybe it's time we stopped dying for it, and started sharing it. Bride will be delighted. Smuggler arsehole. Nobody gets on my nerves quite like he does.
I'll be keeping my eye on you. I'll be keeping my...
Yes? Who have you managed to convince? Could it be that the Volker have uncovered the truth about Mother? Unbelievable. Of all the tribes, I thought the Volker would be the least likely to show. Take these pieces of the king's armor, once guarded by the Volker. A gift in return for the help you gave him. May they serve you well in the king's threat. Go now, my king, and reclaim your crown. All the tribes can do now is patiently wait for your return.
his burden, the man beneath the myth. I am the face that time forgot, the name that was never enough.
First, you used these people to win yourself a kingdom, and now you herded them here under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all that they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them?
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Del Rita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit. You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now what? You're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not...
Oh, stop with your excuses already. You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damned lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we've won the war that almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you. I've had enough. I stood by you through everything. Even what you did to me. To Seawall. I let it all slide. I told myself it was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. Put a blade in my back if that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore.
Now I remember it all. I left the best of my people here. I betrayed their loyalty. And for what? Everything. This land, it had a glorious past, but it has no future. There is no way to save it. I know. I see it now. And it was my decision that cost them the ability to grow and change. I may have been right about the diagnosis. Now I see I could have been wrong about the cure. The tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed every order. They were the most loyal of all. But I left them broken. And after the war, their bloodlust was insatiable. I had to do something. This felt like the only choice. The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the equation. So, on the cover of night, the tribes stole their children. I told the giants their offspring were our hostages, and that we would slaughter them if they refused to bend the knee. One of the most humiliating moments of that whole war, both for me and for the Del Rita. Caradoc had the clearest eyes of any of us. He saw things for what they were. And I think I destroyed that. Destroyed him with all I did. I turned him into this. And now he's only a shadow of the man I once knew. He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is vengeance. I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage drenched in as much blood as that of the Del Rita. A heritage that pillaged and fought in the homelands for longer than anyone can remember. And unable to build anything that withstood the test of time. I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four-Dwellers, and built our kingdom on Avalon on stronger foundations. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have been cursed. There's nothing left. Nothing worth saving. Nothing worth rebuilding. I gave everything I had to this land. My blood, my soul, my name. And the land devoured it all. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I cut down the men who fought for me. I turned away from my own blood to build something There's nothing about this land that I recognize anymore. All I've ever done got turned into dust, corrupted against my intentions, destroyed. Why bother? Once and future king, you return. Speak your will through the mortal you now inhabit. Is it time for us to awaken? The Delrita have long been our allies. Through their eyes, we have watched your kingdom fall into corruption. Camelot will fall. Your will shall be done.
We are ready to begin the moot. We were only waiting for your return, once and future king. You were strong enough to walk the king's thread, and you conquered it. What is your will, my king? What decision have you made regarding the giants? Glory be to you, once and future king. Fame and honor to you for all time. Thanks to you, Camelot will fall, and with it, the dead laws and the suppression of the Dalrida tribes. Thank you, my king, for your intervention. I, the voice of the Dalrida tribes, accept your decision with humility and gratitude.
The king's decision pleases me greatly. My tribe will once again have the chance to prove nothing stirs a Volkir's soul more than the chaos of true war. There, we shall be at our strongest. I only hope Camelot's armies have the courage to meet us in the field, instead of cowering behind their city walls and forcing us into some tedious siege.
So be it. My plans to rebuild the tribe must wait. But perhaps the Thoid scattered across the land will join our march. I only hope that many of us return home safely. Without Thoid blood, rebuilding a tribe as strong as we once were will be no easy task.